Have you ever seen a depressed female lion thinking my man ain't shit? Never. Never. It's never happened. You've never seen an animal depressed on the mains podcasting about my man don't do what he's meant to do. Because he's doing it because he had to war for the thing.
Yo, what's going on, people? Welcome to another episode of Expect Foolishness.
All right.
Let's get it started.
Let's get it started. What?
Let's get it started. It's changed. You know, but I'm happy with that one. Because on the tape that we did earlier,
Yeah, he did.
He winked.
He winked.
Wow.
He went straight.
He winked. I'm bringing it up, bro.
90s R&B with it.
Was it like
For no
allergies?
reason.
Allergies.
But
Ever since
Kev on stage, bro.
Ever since the
Wow.
Kev on stage interview, he's found a new level because Wale like the rapper.
Like the rapper.
Yeah, I'm Wale like the rapper. Yo.
I've been saying that for years.
love me for my ambition.
And that's one hill I die in. I've been saying that for years. It's just, it depends on the person.
Ambition.
It depends on the person.
Is it?
Yeah, but
Depends on the person. What is it about Kev that made you want to say that?
because he's American.
Okay, go tell us more.
Go on, keep going.
That is it. He's American. So obviously Wale is going to be a rapper that's more popular in the States than he is in the UK. He's more well known over there.
So before Kev and Americans, who was you saying that to?
I used to say it, but people didn't get it. And I'd be like,
Tings.
okay.
He was saying it to Tings. He was saying it to Tings.
My name is Wale.
Yo, my name's Wale.
Like
yo.
the rapper.
Like the rapper. Did you say it with an American accent?
No, because
Did you quote bars as well?
If you meet like Nigerian people, I don't need to explain it.
Wale.
Yeah, they even correct me and say, you're not saying your name correct.
Yeah.
Your name is Wale.
Wale.
In fact, Wale is not even your name. What is it short for? So they go ahead. Yeah.
That's mad, you know, how they do that
Yeah,
sometimes.
crazy.
That's
Or they want to ask your parents' name. What's your father's name? What's your surname? I said, I don't even know you. I've just met you. I'm trying to be polite.
doing this.
And Dobale for you, and then you're asking me, what's my surname? Like, why? It's okay.
But as soon as they hear Wale, they feel like another version of, well, I can talk to you even
That's right.
at a deeper depth
Different code.
right now because it's Wale. Like, have you ever given them your other name though? Just because, like,
What name?
your other name that you go by?
My
The
other
English
names?
name. The English
No,
name.
no.
You just always go out with that one. That's the
Well, when I meet people, that's what it is. It's at work. It's, you know,
your English one.
yeah.
That's mad.
You have an English name? I didn't even know that.
Really?
What is it?
He ain't gonna pay it up, I don't think. It's
don't
mad.
know.
Oh, hey,
That's how you know the link
I
to-
give you 3 guesses.
What I
3
don't,
guesses.
what I don't
is
like
English.
now
David.
is that
Nope. Gone.
Okay.
But it's basic. though.
Emmanuel.
They went African.
Yeah, I'm going with
That's so
African
funny.
UK names.
Hey,
Andrew.
it's not biblical.
Oh, God. Stop.
I mean,
Have I already hit my 3?
anyway, listen, let's move on, man.
This guy don't want me to get it right.
You weren't close. at all.
Okay, cool.
Which is crazy because we went to college together,
But you didn't use that name in college though, did you?
didn't I?
I don't know. I didn't.
Oh,
we
you
didn't
did
speak.
the African rebrand. Did you do the African rebrand at college?
I said this, yeah.
No, as in you did the African rebrand. So as in when you had the African name at primary and secondary, then you went to college and said, I'm this person.
Yeah, I mean, it's a name I had, but I didn't
Matt.
use. And then I was just like, oh, I'm gonna, yeah.
His name's not Matt, by the way. See what I did?
No, but I wouldn't say it was like a rebrand, like I was trying to be someone else as such, but I kind of wanted like a fresh start.
Oh, wait.
But then I didn't really feel it, to be
You
honest.
took fresh start to the max. You said
Yeah, you
fresh
just
name and everything.
Switched
bro.
up the whole thing, fam.
All right, man. Then what's going on? How is everyone? How
All
are
right.
you guys? Let's
All right,
start
fam.
with. That's not a rule. I'm all right, fam. I don't believe you. I don't believe you, bro. That was too quick.
Like, even that sound,
you didn't even
boy,
check in with yourself.
sounds kind of loaded.
You didn't even check in with yourself. You didn't even say, "Raw." Like, I was like, "How are you?" It's
Hold
not
on,
right.
Trev, are you okay?
Look at you, man.
Are you all right?
I'm all right, mate.
Yeah.
I'm all right, mate. How are
Cool.
you? How are you?
I beg you think about it.
No, I'm joking. No, I'm all right, man. Just it's in one of them seasons is just putting in mad work.
Talk to us about it.
Not enough time in the day, bro. That's where I'm at. Where it's like it just don't feel like there's enough time in the day.
So you're tired. Why do you say all right?
Huh?
You're tired.
I hear it, but you know you just get used to operating.
You know what I'm saying?
You just get used to operating. No, that's actually real. I'm exhausted, bro. I'm exhausted, bro. I am tired, bro. I got so much stuff to do. So it's like right now, it's one of the ones where it's like when I hit 11 o'clock at night, I'm just like, all right, that's a few more hours left. Can just get this in, and it's like up early. It's grind time at the moment,
Yeah. And how's that all working family wise and stuff like?
bro. Work-life balance is out of whack at the minute, but it's like it's one of the ones where it kind of has to be that at the moment, just because like the deadlines that of stuff I'm working on, they come quick, and it's like you miss this one. This next project is like that's late because of where we start. So we're just in the middle of a bunch of moving parts that need to get kind of But I'm not. Yeah.
Are you still training?
Nah, that's kind of the gym.
This is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
Slacked.
so this is what. No, I'm not even doing that on some banter thing. I'm doing that. No, you see, you might have heard banter in that, but then it's not even a banter thing. It's literally like, you know, them ones when you're checking in with the man them and stuff. It's like, bro, like, how are you doing? Like, you know what I'm saying? Wale, what about you?
No,
How are you?
I'm laughing for a different reason. I've started training again because my son let me know that that the state of my physical being has changed.
Oh no, what's he said?
So
What's he said?
so we're at home, sitting down, and I'm on the sofa. I think I was topless because I'm at home, and he says to me, "Dad, you're losing your muscles." But the thing about my son, he's very descriptive. So he's like, I can tell because you're getting fat. Look at your belly. And then he was like,
nah.
He touched you.
yeah. He let me know.
That's hilarious.
He
Grounded.
goes, he's like, you used to have muscles. And what happened?
Grounded.
And I was like,
He touched you as well.
Yeah.
Like,
Little soft, little playful taps.
he let me know that.
Bubbly, 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 bubbly. Hey, you know, for
That
the youngsters,
would've-
that's hilarious, you know?
that would have hurt, you know.
But the thing is, he said it a few times though.
Oh,
At the point where, like, imagine like my missus is just there, like, look, like, try not to laugh, and she's like looking away. But it was like he really let me know that you used to be in shape, but you're not in shape anymore.
Come on, big dog. You getting tubby over there.
Yeah.
Is that why you didn't want to go to the kebab shop?
Oh yeah, 100%.
So wait, what are you saying now? What's your...
Oh, no, I'm looking back in. I'm like, okay, cool. Like, I need to.
That was his trigger. The
your
son.
kid doing that, your son doing that hits different as well. Like, that's your lineage. That's from your loins, fam.
Because it's not even that he said, "Oh, you're fat." It's just like, "Oh, you're losing all your muscles." And it's like,
Losing
oh,
your
what
muscles
happened?
is
Yeah.
worse than fat. Because you could be fat and still be solid still. I said you're losing those muscles.
Man's been Delilah, fam. That's crazy. That's mad.
How are you, bro?
I'm good, you know. I'm anxious a bit. Anxious. I'm just hoping for stuff. I'm hoping for stuff, you know, projects, things in life. I'm hoping for stuff, and it's in that waiting stage, and I hate it. Like, I didn't even realize I was feeling that. Like, it's an anxious feeling, but yeah, definitely like that. You know, I'm ready for the next. I'm ready for like what's next. Are you with me?
100%.
I'm ready for what's next in life and stuff. I think obviously you have your 40th birthday, and then it's like, okay, this is the serious year, right? You know when you do that thing, I'm 40.
What thing is that?
There's this thing that happens, like, everyone has these birthdays where you say certain things, like, there's a certain expectation on it. So you might say 30, this is going to be the year of this, or this year, this is going to be the year of that.
Yeah.
Right? I think for my 40th, it was like, what's crazy is I didn't put I'm going to do this throughout my 40s.
Okay.
I didn't do that, but then I know what I want. So I don't think I needed to do that. I didn't put something on it to say, hey, this year has to be this day. I've kind of been working towards the goal naturally.
Yeah.
Are you with me? So yeah, I think it's just hard work, but putting attempting certain fates, and it's almost when my career is in someone else's hands at times.
Okay.
Are you with me? Like, I still can do what I do, and I will always do that. But then there might be a forward that someone else can give me that can really like change the scenario. And it's just in that time, I feel like I can get impatient sometimes. You know what I mean? Or like, do you know what I'm trying to do actually, guys? I'm trying to not listen to feelings as much because they're just pretending it.
That's quite strategic.
Do you know what I mean? Feelings are so dumb in it. Like, you like what you couldn't wait for before, you don't feel the same way towards it anymore.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? Which is, that means feelings are just on some joke thing. Like, if I told myself 2 years ago, this is the situation I'd be in, I'd be like, oh my God, that sounds like the greatest situation ever.
And now you're here feeling like
But
this.
now I'm in this situation forward, and I'm like, I want more.
Is that like hedonic adaptation? Or like you kind of like
Explain that to, I don't know.
I've
what that is.
never heard that term
So
before.
you know,
but
like
I'm
you kind
interested.
of, as you, did I use the right word? I'm not sure actually. But you know, the idea kind of like you just scope creep. So as you kind of achieve a goal, you kind of change the goals. It's almost like lifestyle inflation, but with your career ambitions. So you kind of have like this idea of what success looks like, and then as you get to that, you think, okay, well, it would be cool if I was
added to it
like this now. And so it's almost like cars, for example.
Yeah.
If I could just get a car, bro, I could just be on the road. It'd be amazing. I don't even care where it is, as long as it goes. Yeah. Then you get that car, and then you start looking around. You're like, oh, you can get that finance, and you know.
But is there something about not saying not being grateful, but then that thing was good enough before? Is there something?
I think it's all about balance, because I do exactly what you just described there. The minute I get closer to the goal, I'm like, well, now we're here. We can go for that instead. And I'll just constantly do that. So like I'll look at the year that I've had in terms of winning my first award. That was a big deal.
Amazing.
Yeah, I'm just, in terms of like thinking about awards, when I was thinking about them, I wasn't getting, even if I get nominated, it just wasn't, for some reason, it just wouldn't happen. Then it stopped being my focus. And then it comes out the blue. So then it's like, it's not that I now just want bare awards, but it's just like, I think where I'm at now, the picture that I envision is the one picture that I have. And the other stuff is cool when it happens, but until it's that, I almost don't feel like it's a W yet. And I don't mind that, because it keeps me kind of focused and locked in. Yeah. So like right now, where I'm at and the stuff I'm kind of working towards, like I take inspiration from people who are doing it on the scale that I think is just like, oh yeah. I really look in, like Ryan Coogler right now. Yeah. I'm looking at what he's doing, and I'm just taking so much inspiration. And what I like about certain people's success, where it aligns, is like at that time, I took a lot of inspiration from Cadet. Yeah. The rapper, Cadet. Do you know what I mean? I was friends with him as well. Rest in peace. But like that feeling of feeling overlooked and having this fire inside that you just, when I used to watch him win, I felt like I was a part of that. But like, different stage of my career now, I'm seeing people who are like good at working quietly in the shadows and pulling up to the mains in a massive way. Yeah. So when I see Ryan Coogler and he's getting his wins, and I'm starting to learn more about his personality and the way it's shaped, I'm like, okay, cool. This is my inspiration to just keep going.
I love that. I love that. Wicked, man.
Yeah, I was right in the use of the word. So hedonic adaptation, to quote Google, is the tendency for people to return to a relatively stable level of happiness despite experiencing major positive or negative life events. So I suppose it's kind of like both ways. So like for you, example, you said going for awards didn't really happen, but then when you kind of like, you've kind of forgotten about it, start done a show, it's won an award, and it's almost like, okay, as much as that was such a big thing to me at a point in time, now it's happened, you're almost like, okay, well, you know, it's on my mental piece now. What's the next thing? Can I get something for TV, or can I get something in this space? And
I got something, you know. Go on. I think the Conor Ben fight changed my relationship, or how I look at my dad.
Ooh. Interesting. Elaborate.
I don't know. I just like it finished, and I thought, call your dad. Do you know what I'm saying? Just call him, see what I got on. And he's like, he started funny as well. He's like, you didn't message me. I sent you a happy Easter. You didn't say anything.
I thought that was just my dad that did that.
Yeah. Because they do that WhatsApp thing when they say happy Easter. But I said, Dad, Easter's not really a happy. I mean, like, you don't really. How do you respond to happy Easter?
Not Easter. I mean, in general. Like, my dad, I'll call him and be, oh, so you remember you have father? And I'm like,
oh, they do that.
No, but my dad won't call me though.
That's funny.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. So he tried it with me, and he goes, I sent you a happy Easter WhatsApp, and he goes,
was it a broadcast?
It felt broadcastish. It felt kind of broadcastish. He said I sent it to all the children, no one responded. Yeah, that's how he said. That's how he started. I goes, Dad, let's be real though. You just started sending these broadcasts in your late years.
But let's be real though. If the broadcast is just literally like a graphic picture,
it was a graphic as well.
Them gifts.
It was a graphic that he wanted me. I don't think I should just respond to it like that. But then he felt something like it's like I wanted you to respond to it. I goes, Dad, you've just started sending those because I know you like. So I goes, you just started that in your late years. You got to give me time to develop. You got to give me time to get to that stage, innit? So it was a bit of banter. I was laughing and stuff, but yeah, I've been spoken to him a few times, and like he messaged me randomly out the blue, said, "Yeah, I'm coming to the UK. Tell me your sizes, man. I want to get you some clothes made and stuff like that." It's weird though. Like it's cool. I definitely just saw something in the ring with because we go back to probably why, and I've not explored it, so we're having exploration as I'm talking to you lot. I think just watching Eubank, and there was an episode when he was like, you're projecting. He was talking about something, a Eubank thing.
Okay.
And he was like, you're projecting. Called him consistent. And he goes, no, you could be projecting.
Yes.
So if someone says something like that to me, I will reflect and explore that. So I was like, maybe I'm doing something here. What does, your dad's not consistent the way you wanted him to be consistent, but he's consistent in another way. Like he cares, but just not the way you would like him to. Can you accept that? Do you know what I mean? And I was thinking, well, yeah, maybe that's true. Do you know what I mean? So I think I've just cut him a different type of slack that I probably wasn't trying to cut him before. Are you with me? So yeah, I think I'm just getting on that journey with that feeling and stuff. I don't know what it is.
Do you know what it was as well? I think because we saw a journey go bad and then come good with Eubank Senior and Junior. And we were all, that's like, even Senior, when he spoke about it on his YouTube channel afterwards, where he says, this was a wrestling of a relationship between a father and son. And the beautiful thing about it is we all going through it. We're all going through it. And it's like that thing of just accepting it. I even thought about different chapters of me and my dad's relationship, of him giving advice and me not wanting to hear it. And then eventually I see it, and eventually I come back to the table and go, hey, do you know what? I get what you were trying to say. Do you know what I'm saying? These are those moments, these journeys. So when that played out, it affected everybody because it was real in some way. Like, it made me think of I remember, because I did a few videos, my anger towards Senior was because of what me and my dad have had this moment. And it was a different way. Like I was saying to you off pod, where when I was going to have my second boxing match, my dad saying to me, why on earth are you fighting? This is not a career choice for you, and you could get seriously hurt. And I'm just like, nah, I just want to do it. I want to do it. He's like, I don't think you should do it. These convos were left without resolution. You know, when it's just, well, I'm gonna go now because it's late. Like it was weird. The fight comes, and my dad is there with me in my corner, like my train, like he was with me all day in my ear, just getting me focused, walking man to the ring, walking man out the ring. It's that thing of, I don't agree with everything you're gonna do, but in this life I got your back. That moment of our relationship it's something that carries with me through. When Sonny Edwards and that stuff happened, and it was touch and go. Then I get and they like it's out there that I'm going to Manchester to do the DAZN broadcast, and I remember Sonny tweeting, "Oh, you're gonna be in Manchester, yeah? Say no more, because that's his sides, brother." Who'd I go up there with? Obviously, I spoke to the man. Them were like, "Yeah, no, bro, we're nearby."
I wanted the country just later.
You was but it was that one where you start thinking, right, I'm really going up there. My dad's like, "Yo, phone's been the night before. We're both going, and we're rolling up there, and it is what it's going to be." Fortunately, nothing happened, and it didn't get to a stupid place. And I didn't want that to be that, regardless of, just talking about that situation. But it's that moment of like, in this life, I got your back.
And this is why I think, gone, you can jump it. But I think where it hit me is, I just don't, it's like, I've accepted you're not pulling up in that way. Like, just because of the other times. So I'm like, you ain't pulling up. You know what I mean? So even when I'm watching, remember I had this moment of, I just need this guy to win because I know he's alone, but I feel like I have to have his back. One day I just decided that, and it was a strong, this is my line in the sand, right? But then when his dad did pull up and show up, and when I watched the interview of him saying, I was with him in the hospital, I was with him there, I do look at some of the decisions my dad's made, even if they came across as selfish. He made sure he was there for me, and like this, what I'm doing now, he's got his part to play in it. And you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's the two, because people that do have not a strange, but weird relationship with their parents, it's always a difficult one to kind of understand. And then it's just seeing someone be there, because that's the ending that you all want in it. Like every kid, every I would say child would want their parent in a sense, in it. Do you know what I mean? But then it's just like, you either make do or you tell yourself, don't worry about it. Go on, what are you thinking?
No, it's funny you say that, actually. I think in an ideal world, I'm one of those people definitely would want my dad to be like more part of my life. And it's kind of weird because it's not that my dad's not accessible. It's not that I don't have his number. It's not that he won't answer my calls. It's just that I think our relationship isn't the one that I would like us to have had, if that makes sense. Like it's kind of like he's there, but I think there's still an element of him being there in the African man kind of sense, where I think I might have touched this before. I think he sees me as still kind of almost as the child he left in the way, and not as necessarily a man in my own right, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Like he's not, I don't know, it's weird. And I think like it's interesting because I looked at the moment with like the two dads after the Eubank Ben fight, and I was just, that's amazing, man. And I thought about it more from like a philosophical kind of point of view, like, oh yeah, just, you know, what it represents is black men from different walks of life in some ways, but they're still there for their children despite all the challenges that they've had and the things that you've seen play out publicly.
Yeah.
But I think it relates to something that I was like reading in like a devotional that I was kind of going through, and one of the things they spoke about is this idea of like empathy kind of thing. And I think what I'm slowly kind of coming around to is understanding that, because I feel like I have to remind myself of this very often. My dad's still a person, if that makes sense. Like I see him as my dad, and there's the dad that I wanted you to be, like this, almost like this, like figure, this character in a way. Like I wanted you to be like this and do these kind of things for me, so I could be this kind of person. And I feel like if you're more like that, then maybe I could have been more like this. And I think I'm slowly accepting, as much as I know it, I'm slowly accepting it in my heart, if that makes sense. That like, well, it kind of is what it's going to be in some ways, and my dad is who he is, and I think I've told myself he's done the best that he can do based on who he is as a person, and understanding that if I was him with his same mindset and his same experiences, can I say that I would have made different choices or gone down different paths? I don't think it's fair to think that I would. So I think it's what you're saying about acceptance is interesting, because I think there's a part of me just kind of accepted it being what it is. There is a side of me that also would love a deeper relationship with him, but I don't know. It's hard in the sense that I don't know how to begin to have that.
Well, that's what I'm gonna try and explore. Like, so now he's pulling up this time, in a little while. I think I'm gonna try a bit to try and connect a bit. Because for the first time he asked me about my daughter, like, I hope Ania is doing well, tell her I love her. I said, fuck, you know. Like, that's in my head. I said, wait, what? Yeah. He said, tell your wife, tell Ania I love her. I said,
wow. Do you know what it is? I think because sometimes it's like they're on at least for my parents, I feel like they're on script a little bit, where it's like, you know, like when you were younger and you have that conversation where, oh, auntie from Nigeria, uncle Nigeria wants to speak to you, and it's always how are things, how is
studies,
school, and it's almost like, oh yeah, but there's no real depth to it, because it's not like an interpersonal relationship. It's just like almost like a check-in.
Those are the checklist, like a telesales thing.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
you know, you do a car service, engine light, brake lights, where we have the fluid.
It's like that. Yeah. Okay, and then there's like awkward pause.
Just do that.
I passed the phone back to your father, back to your mother.
But you know what it's mad, because it makes me think of a Kendrick lyric. There's a bar on Reincarnation where he gets to the end, and the song Journey is mad, but it's the bar at the end where he goes, let's rejoice where we're at. And it's that thing of just like, we can do that with people where it's like, we actually cannot undo the story that has been written up to this point.
Yeah.
But we can change the next bit.
Yeah.
And it takes a lot for people to get to that place, because it's hard to just undo all the things I felt on this journey. Yeah, absolutely. And we're going to just let go of it and start today.
I think that's what I'm seeing though, that because I like to think of myself as being quite in some ways a considerate person. I'm kind of rational. I like to think things through, you know, also from a faith perspective, like, you know, forgiveness and all that sort of stuff. And I'd like to think that I don't hold anything in my heart. But then also I say to myself, well, why is it that it's been this long and you're at this age and your relationship looks like what it looks like? And then you look at the amount of effort you've actually put towards making it something else. Yeah, maybe you can say you've tried a few times, but how much have you really tried? If there was let's say there was a reward or something that I wanted that was on the other side of developing that relationship, would my level of effort be different? Do you know what I mean? It's like I'm expecting him to, in some ways, to kind of be different to who he is, and he's gone through life longer than I have being who he is. Yeah, and I'm the one that, in some ways, maybe knows better. But am I really trying to pursue that difference and kind of lean into the fact that I understand the architecture of the situation? I'm empathetic towards his upbringing and who he is as a person, where he's come from. He's come from Nigeria. and you know, like I've lived in the UK and probably in the same 10 square miles for most of my life, and he's gone from being in a whole different place, whole different like adolescence and childhood and upbringing to being in the UK. He's been there for a long time, but still, it's like a very different like switch, and he's got this whole new life somewhere else. And you know,
sometimes you can exhaust your empathy, though. Sometimes you can exhaust your empathy, so then it's hard to. You forget that you do that. You start with, well, he doesn't understand me and he's come from a new life and this, that, and the other. So then you're like, well, with everything that you've experienced, you're like, I've done enough of that empathy stuff. Are you with me? But then at moments you might have, and it could be a God moment of just, you know what, go again. Do you know what I mean? Like literally, so this the journey.
It makes me think of as like, you know, sometimes people have hard lives, just really tough starts. Things have happened, and some people can use it as an excuse to justify everything that happens in their life from the rest of the way. I'm like this because when I was a child, and it's a story that makes everybody go rah when you hear it for the first time. But there does come a point where you kind of have to say, well, I have to dictate the rest of it, or that can be what defines me for the rest of my life.
I think those moments. Go ahead.
Because I think almost like in that full exercise of being empathetic, it's like like I said, exhausted my empathy, and in that exhaustion, I feel like, well, I've done enough to try and reach out, even though I haven't actually done anything, if that makes sense. But the feeling of the thoughts of thinking about it and all of the mental gymnastics I've made and the allowances I've made, in some ways, it's like, well, I'm almost, I think, subconsciously thinking I've extended like a olive branch, or I've kind of done something. It's like, well, no, maybe there's physically there's things that you can do. How many times have you actually tried to call him then? Okay, in the last month.
Yeah, man. But listen, I'm glad for anyone that's listening that just definitely is listening to that and thinks, raw, man, maybe I should check in and stuff. Yeah. You never know, man. Don't write it off totally. That's one thing we will say, man. But yeah, let's move.
Yeah, let's move. I saw
man.
See, on an interesting level of just dadding in general, I saw this post, as a mad headline. Ecuador footballer Jackson Rodriguez allegedly hid under his bed as his wife and son were kidnapped.
That's mad.
Absolutely.
I heard that
diabolical,
story.
bro.
So then empathy has to be out the window, because we always said we don't understand what's going on with Pops.
Listen to this. The football player hid under his bed as masked men burst into his home, took his wife and his son and ransacked the property for cash and jewelry.
Does anyone expect your Liam Neeson to kick in?
Absolutely.
Like, when is your Liam Neeson kicking in? Like,
bro.
So that's your situation.
You are not supposed to be under the bed. If you're under the bed, they have to be right next to you.
But what if I James and Fuad?
What, you're fighting flight? Had you frozen in the bed? If you're in the bed stuck.
No, wait. How did you freeze underneath the bed though? So
listen, thank you.
What, like,
he got under the bed and froze.
He turned into ice and just said,
hold on.
Well, like Han Solo.
No. Listen, you better not realize it. His fight and flight took him under the bed without checking on where his wife.
Fight. What's it called? Fight and flight.
Fight and flight. It's pure flight.
So it's flight.
Pure
You have to understand.
Fight, flight,
so
freeze.
he's actually flight freeze. You have to understand it, guys. He's flew under the bed and he's frozen.
You know
enough.
But you're not even realizing,
Flight is a role.
You're not realizing this, He's had to listen to his kids go, help! And as they're being escorted out the yard, and he stayed under the bed the whole time. I'm sorry.
I just wonder how you live with yourself, like in terms of like, because once okay, now you're safe. You come out from underneath the bed.
Bro.
Oh, that was a mad thing.
You're not even safe.
And now you're in your empty house, which
it wasn't empty before.
Exactly, your family was once in. And they've probably, maybe there's a mess. They've ransacked the place, and I don't know mentally that how do you even contend with that?
I'm sorry, man.
Did I tell you that's why we need a war, bro? We need a war, bro.
We don't need a war, bro.
We do.
We don't need a war,
because look what we're doing.
You mean we? I'm not a part of that story,
bro.
You are not a part of that story.
But we don't.
Wale is not a part of that story. Will is not giving. We're not doing that in here.
What if, guys?
Stop acting like it's a
Hear me out now.
Listen, me and my man,
hear me out.
We're not on one accord on anything, bro.
Hear me out, bro. You see the fight or flight thing, You actually don't know when it's going to happen, innit? Like, that's the thing about it. Your fear, the fear kicks in.
I hear what you're saying, but have you been in scraps before?
Yeah.
I think if we was to deep dive into this brother's story, I think this is a consistent way he reacts to some mad situations.
This is why, you see, in the animal kingdom, we need fighting, bro. In the animal kingdom, you see how there's that bird call and there's a mating, then they all start scrapping for the lady and that, you might need to bring it back.
You can't bring that back. What are you talking
We have to. People want to fight
What,
gorillas.
fighting for
We
girls?
have to start scrapping, so they can choose: is he man enough?
I don't know where you're going with this.
Wait, no.
He lost me, bro.
No, I'm
he
saying
said he said when they did a mating call and man to be beating for the girl. I'm thinking, when have man like
Not
humans
like
done this,
not
bro?
humans. The animal
What
kingdom
you
are going
please?
right. No,
Hey,
the
no,
animal.
wait,
Wait, have you ever seen a depressed lion? Wait, have you ever seen a depressed female lion thinking my man ain't shit? Never. Never. It's never happened. You've never seen an animal depressed on the mains podcasting about my man don't do what he's meant to do, because he's doing it because he had to war for the thing, and he still gets challenged as well because the things come up and said, "Oh no,
all the lines.
That's
that
you, yeah?
she's in season."
That's you. Get up.
Get up now.
Get up now, bro.
Is it just me that's thinking about Pokemon? Like, you know, when you're walking through the bushes and suddenly it's like,
Challenge. You got to grab.
And that keeps you sharp. But I'm saying maybe the man them right now, bro, you've never seen no depressed animals like chatting shit about their partners. And if their partner's not doing their job, they're dead.
Hey, listen, all I'm going to say is this. I don't know where you go with that. But I'm going to say this. That is horrible behavior as a husband in that situation. I don't care. There's some situations here where it doesn't matter how many men is in the yard. Let my little boy,
Yeah.
5 years old, call me.
Yeah.
I'm going. I'm going, bro.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
If you're going to get them, I have to be... I'm there on the floor. I'm done. They got me.
And if they done,
You got me.
exactly.
Daddy.
And if I'm not resting, I'm not jumping off this hill. And if they done the animal kingdom thing, he'd still be at home.
I don't know what you're
If they
this metaphor, you're losing me, bro.
bro, I'm saying if they were tested, like no one could just have you had to show that you
hold
were
on.
a man.
So let's be clear. So you're saying we should have arranged fight clubs,
We gotta see women.
bare
Gotta
knuckle
see.
fight clubs.
No, women
I'm
just
down.
gotta see if
I'm
you can
just
do.
saying that's mad what you're saying.
I think we have to obviously women should have their own tests that they have to do as well. Yeah.
Okay.
But I feel there should be tests as men that we have to do to decide if we're allowed to go to the next level.
So are these physical tests, or are they just like
All
holding down a job and paying bills on time and
Yeah,
all that kind
all
of
sorts. All sorts of tests.
wait.
Because being able to scrap don't tell you.
No,
what's
exactly.
Hey,
No,
what
I'm
they-
saying
what they
all
do in
sorts
NFL?
of tests.
What they
Stress
do in
tested.
NFL?
Oh, you said the combine?
The combine for marriage and having a youth, bro.
No, fatherhood combine.
The fatherhood combine,
Okay,
bro.
so what are the challenges?
Aye, fatherhood challenges. Let's go. Because this is foolishness, bro. I
Very
just wanna-
funny.
Aye, fatherhood combine.
Sleep deprivation, like productivity.
I'm gonna score low.
Sleep
I'm scoring
deprivation,
low.
productivity.
I'm scoring low on sleep deprivation.
One of them has to be your ability to carry all the shopping from the car in one trip.
Oh,
That's important.
I like that.
And not drop it as well.
I like that.
If there's 2 drops, we're looking at you like you're not getting
Minus
first
points.
round.
Yeah.
Nah, there's
You're
no
not
drops.
a first
no
round.
Drops. No drops.
You know drops.
No drops. You're immediately excluded.
Because
The first round pick.
Because it's a mental. Sometimes it's a mental thing. You just got to decide. I'm getting this in one trip.
Okay.
And sometimes it don't make no sense because why? Why couldn't it be 2? Because I said so.
what we need to see as well is like quick under pressure thinking. What do you do in this moment? Scenario, bam, go.
In-laws.
Yeah.
Come to stay over for 2 weeks unannounced.
In-laws
How you
come
handling
to,
it?
and your wife is talking to you wicked. How do you respond?
Go to the kitchen. 4 deep breaths. Reset. Reset.
Do you?
Watch.
Hey.
Watch. Your first reaction is the wrong one. Reset. Think about something else. Come back to the conversation.
This is what I'm saying. What about the man that says, no, I have to show her that I'm on stuff?
Hey,
and
hey,
it
hey,
comes
hey,
in front of-
hey.
It's for a flag of the play.
Yeah. Flag on the play. Pull it. What he needs is a good friend. He needs a good friend.
There you go. Because even at the
Good
combine,
counsel, good
at
counsel.
the combine, your friends have to turn up.
Oh, that's important.
Just
the
because of
commentary would be amazing.
Absolutely hilarious.
Combine is
Fatherhood combine.
In the comments.
That's very
Let us
funny.
know
The
what events
challenges.
need to be in that event.
Do you lot want a pod on a higher level?
Go on.
What's the woman's combine look like?
The woman's combine is funny.
Aye.
What's the woman's combine?
What's the woman's combine look like? What challenges are they?
It's
Because I
gonna be
saw
like,
this thing
how
on
long can you
thingy.
go just seeing a madness in your home and not commenting? So it's like they have to run a gauntlet of socks on the floor, toilet seat in a mass position, bins not been
not-
taken out,
Dishes.
not been
stacked.
done,
And to see what their stress
and your
level
man
is
is just
of
on the playing computer games.
playing games.
That's crazy.
Wait, and
No,
the baby's not been changed.
Biggers, yeah.
That's crazy, 'cause that's even
You have to
getting
understand
affected me.
what we've created here is is an explosion for every household.
Combine. No, but then because I'm really interested in the
Alright, so the woman's one, accountability. Where we are on the accountability scale. Because I saw, obviously, I've noticed women are really rejoicing at the fact that the idea of men beating a gorilla is like funny. So they're just like, men of this era, you lot are not serious. You lot are not like the old days. I've seen a lot of this narrative.
Yes.
So I'm like, okay, the response has been a post I've seen today. 100 women versus accountability.
That's the funniest post. It made me laugh as soon as I saw it. The post, as soon as I saw it, 100 women versus accountability is too.
Do you know how much?
funny.
You know how much death there's gonna be.
Brother.
Accountability is getting better.
Accountability challenge. But where do you show accountability that no, that was my fault, babes? Babes, that was my fault. Honestly, I'm telling you now, forget what you did. I was
Just let me just apologize for the role that I played in the argument. Whoa.
That girl has to get married. First round pick. She can pick her own ring, Hatton Garden.
And not just that, you have to do it not as a response to someone highlighting an issue with you.
You just did it on your own
Do it off your
accord.
own back.
No.
First round.
First round pick.
I just want to take this time to say we are not in any way a red pill podcast.
No,
Bro, we cussed ourselves, bro. I tried to get men fighting just to beat.
Listen,
Fighting
to prove they could be dads.
fighting to prove they can be dads. Look at the combine we're getting through, bro.
That's true.
Exactly.
Bro, there's 2 challenges, bro. What are you telling me, bro? This ain't red pill.
And the,
You
real-
are-
the- and the last,
I retract that statement.
The last combine is just dealing with straight disrespect from another brother.
What
That's
funny
it.
misses?
Where you at? Yeah, where you at? Who are you in that moment?
Wow. You know, ladies, help us know in the comment section the woman's combined what the challenges will be, because we need to hear from you lot. We know what it's easy to talk from our perspective. What could you to know if she's a good woman? Like I say, payment challenges. You know, if you go out with someone that ain't got the bread, how she reacts to that. Is she the wide receiver that's like good route running? I've got a card, I'm paying. Or is she doing the smooth one, the subtle payment?
What?
If she's helping you on the subtle,
What is it?
or
Giving
she's-
you the card? For you to pay?
for you to pay. How is she like looking after your ego?
Hold on though. Is that how important is that the moment you just described? Because that's a funny one.
Well, I remember. Well, I'm old school in it, so I remember there was a time when it happened with me, and I loved that about my missus.
What did she do?
She literally, I couldn't pay. We went for a family thing, and I couldn't pay for this meal, bro. But she gave me the card to pay for it. We don't do that anymore because our money's our money, innit? But it was a big moment. I was like, bro, like, that's mad that she's done that. Like, she still wanted me to be the man in this situation. I rated that. Do you know what I mean? So, but is that important? I just know that it done something to me.
Oh, fair enough, man. I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't expect something like that. I'm very cool to be like, you know, like
On a first date, that'd be mad though.
No, but yeah, but things for
done
me. I'm not going somewhere where I can't afford to pay. I'm be real.
Wait, what? On a first date? What?
I was younger. Yeah.
What happened?
Do you know? I went on a date with this is obviously time ago.
It's okay. We know you're not cheating, bro.
I'm caveat
Strong declaration, bro.
caveat everything. No, but when I was
This man said this is early
on a
2000s.
date. Do you know what? This was in my head. I was like, I was young in it. I was like, you know, you kind of listen to other guys and oh yeah, man, you can't let no woman take advantage of you. I'm like, yeah, so I'm gonna test her. In my mind, we're going to cinema, and it's funny because I invited her to cinema. Obviously, I wouldn't do this now, but I invited her to cinema, and we got there, and then I paid for myself, and I just like turned, and then step aside,
I
and
remember
leave
you
her
told
to
us
pay.
this. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I remember her saying to me at the time, like, she after that, she's thought, like, that
Scrub.
yeah, like, bun you kind of thing, innit? But obviously, I was still a good guy, so it was a good date,
Yeah.
overall. So I think that kind of saved it. But at the time, I had like a younger way of thinking where I was just like,
Hey, the payment combined is crazy as well.
I think-
and a woman should do the payment combined to see what she can manage.
Do you know what's mad? So when I think about it, I've never taken on this money pressure thing, if I'm being real. Like I remember one time I had arranged to go on a date with a girl, and as the date would come, where I thought my payday would have hit, my payday was like the Monday.
Damn.
So we're on a
When was the
Friday.
date?
The Friday.
Oh.
So I remember just like messaging him, just saying, listen, I'm not gonna lie to you. I thought I was getting paid today. My situation ain't really like that. So we could either meet and just do something that's like mad basic, or we can just put this off another time.
Yeah.
And she came back to me and was just like, no, I'm happy. We can go to the pub and just get one drink and just chill.
I'd like to think
And I'm
that women would respect that though.
But bro, but what I'm saying is I don't give her an opportunity to respect or not if I'm not being real. You see what I'm trying to say? Like for me, I've never had a problem saying I don't have that type of money.
Oh,
Because that kind of thing, I think a lot of men are going through that today, and I
what
do
man
feel
am
sorry
I
for it.
pretending to have the dough?
No, but I think man, I'm feeling the pressure of not having the money because obviously Instagram lifestyle and all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
Whereas like back then, we never felt it as much.
I didn't feel it at all.
No, but what I'm saying is I knew ballers my age. You know when man just have bread, you be looking like, right, you men are driving a Max.
AC's though.
Bro,
that's fraud.
Huh?
That's fraud.
No, but dude, at the time, I wasn't really processing everybody's money like that.
Okay.
So it's one of the ones where I never felt the shame or the pressure. I'd always comfortably be like, hey, listen, I ain't gonna lie to you. Right now, that's not where it is.
That's real.
The pressure must be immense now,
again,
isn't it?
it must be great because we're not putting understanding on the Instagram era, and
That's
what
right, for
the
today's, man.
expectation is because. Can you lot name like expensive restaurants?
Bro, I heard like 17-year-olds are going to Nobu, bro.
Brother.
You're going home on a bus afterwards, but you're doing Nobu.
I saw that. Wait, I went to a Japanese fusion, Mexican fusion thing. Yeah, brother's restaurant, Las Moches or something like that. Brother, it's expensive. I saw young people in there, like in dresses, birthday settings, and I thought it's expensive for me. What are you lot doing here?
Fam.
Like, but that's the standard though, isn't it?
I feel for them, bro.
A young Nando's. I could take a girl, young Nando's.
Bro, CGI certain times felt decent.
Nando's.
Bro,
And bottomless drink, she's getting 2 sides. I've done the most. And then don't even let her get olives in the beginning. Olives and bottomless drink.
I think there was a time where it's like having almost taken a girl out on a date was like the achievement in itself. Like you're actually coming correct. So you're not just trying to do the cinema thing. You're doing the grown-up thing. You're going on a date anywhere.
Nando's was a strong move.
Listen,
I don't think. Can you take girls Nando's in this era? Like,
I don't even know what men are doing now, bro.
Huh?
We'll say no. I don't know. So what? It's a hackathon on date for free. Like that's
Wow. Sexy fish and all that stuff.
Wait a minute. So I can't say to her, babes, come to the school. Nando's good chicken as well.
You see, my thing is
It's
this
not even
year,
cheap.
and obviously because we're not really today's era. What
That's
we're
how
saying
you
is going to
know we're
sound
old
mad,
school.
yeah. But I'd say straight. I remember hearing someone describe and basically say a good date has nothing to do with the location, and I never ever dropped that philosophy. And whether because it was man was broke or whatnot at the time, or I wasn't a baller. Either way, I never struggled. And brother, listen, in them times, certain times women get their money together in a way better way than certain man.
Yeah.
And
You're getting taken Nobu, you don't have to pay.
brother, their thing's different. But I've never struggled in any dynamic because
Do you know what I think it's
I've
changed?
learned something in this
I
conversation.
feel like in the past, men had to be creative about dating in terms of you could create for where you were in life. I feel like now they have to be financially creative to kind of find the money to make it happen, as opposed to just trying to find a different way to have a date, do a picnic thing, or going to the art gallery or something like that. Doing something together where it's okay, something a bit different, but I don't have to spend mad peas.
Is that real though? Because there's brokies everywhere.
know.
there's
brokies are not failing in this
and they're
game
still
at the same
dating.
time.
They're still dating and beating. Sorry, I would call it real though. Brokies are still out here getting crazy.
Well, let's be very real, yeah. Just because this is gonna sound
I'm not
bad.
believing everyone's living the
but
Hackerson life.
let's be real. Everybody don't pay the same price.
That's true.
Everybody ain't paying the same price. There's some criteria that exists
them,
for
man.
you, man. But my man, he don't have to pay.
He don't have to play that.
He don't have to do this. He don't have to.
He ain't got to do none of this. He might message her after she's come back from the date saying,
and he's in her life.
That's the thing. I don't. I'm not against paying to take someone out. I think that's fine. But
No, not at all.
But I do think like it does just seem like it doesn't make sense as a if you've got the money and it really doesn't make a difference to you, then have at it. Go to whatever restaurant you want. But if you know as a young man, you're still on your ascendance. You're still working yourself out. You're still living at your mum's. You're still trying to get yourself together. Does it make sense to say for someone that you're dating, by the way, it's not your girlfriend, not someone that you're causing to be your wife.
You're gonna go spend £400 on a dinner.
That's beyond me.
On, like second, third date, you're
How we you man got the sons. That's mad. Because how am I advising my daughter? All right, fathers, your sons are teenagers now. Yeah, they're on the dating thing.
17, 18, 19.
17, yeah, and they're saying they're taking their girl out, and they're saying, "How, Dad, I want to take her. I want to. You know your son's finances. You know your son's finances." He's saying, "Dad, I'm taking Hakkasan."
Wait, what date number is this?
Second date. How we stepping in?
I would say to him, listen, I understand that you want to impress, but if on date number 2 you are setting the standard there, and this ain't a special occasion, you're putting pressure on yourself.
Dad, you're old school. You don't know. That's what the girls like to go to these nice places. Where should I take her then?
No, then I would explain to him that the right person isn't going to put you under pressure financially.
She's the right person, though. She's the right person. You don't. She's good for me.
Then,
go on.
Then from there, I say, okay,
I take a Hakkasan.
go on then, if you can afford it.
Well, I was coming to you because.
Then you've come to the wrong place.
I think I'll definitely try and get him to see like. So if you don't take this person that you're interested in to Hakkasan, what does that mean for the two of you?
Is she going to go with you anywhere else?
Yeah, is this the thing that makes or breaks your relationship? The fact that whether or not you go Hakkasan, is that the thing that, and are you comfortable with that being the way that your relationship plays out going forward? So okay, this time you go Hakkasan, fine, you got the money, you saved up, okay, good. In a couple of weeks, are you going Hakkasan again?
But you have to understand, he hasn't saved up. He's asking you.
Of course they are.
Oh no! I'm saying, you obviously you've saved up because this is something that you value. I don't know this person.
I don't value this.
I said I'm taking your mum to Hakkasan from taking this.
But you know me.
But wait, hold on. It ain't even her birthday. This is just date number 2.
Yeah.
I'd say you're on a slippery slope with this situation because however you sold yourself to her is inaccurate. I'm telling you, the worst thing you can be is someone else. When you're trying to be in a relationship. So if you told her you're rich and you're balling, I want to see you do this.
But also, okay, let's say I fund your Hakkasan excursion this time.
What happens next time?
Yeah. So are you? How often do you see yourself coming to me asking me for money to take this person
That's
out?
right.
Because I'm you lot sponsor.
Because I tell you right now, once you're dating and you got a girl and you're doing that, you are no longer coming to me on some daddy. Can I please have some money to go out? That's over, bro.
That's a grown date.
You're a big man now.
Okay, I'm just. You know what? Again, I'm hearing and learning because I'm thinking, what do I do from a fatherhood perspective? Because I want to know.
You think I could run to my dad to ask for date money? Something's gone wrong.
But this generation is the wildest, bro.
No.
I know. I'm with you. I'm with you.
But this generation ain't wild to be on some. Let me go ask my dad. I think the pressure on these young brothers to get money has pushed them in some unfavorable situations to get that bread, and then we've got problematic situations.
You know what? It's matched. It's interesting thoughts. I'm thinking, okay, how do you pattern with your daughter? What am I saying to my child? But I don't know because this is all uncharted territory.
Well, this is the thing. I'm in the game with you as well. My daughter's 14.
Go on.
Oh, wow.
So when I have conversations with her, I remember one time there was this playground conversation, and I think one of the boys was basically saying that he's going to be a football player when he grows up.
Yeah.
And when he grows up, he's going to take everybody on holiday.
Oh wow.
Yeah. She must have been about 8 or 9. She's like, he's going to take us all on holiday. I remember just saying, okay, interesting. So when you guys get older, he's taking you on holiday. She's like, yeah. And I was like, okay. And I remember just having to do a real roundabout conversation in terms of so if he's rich, he's taking you on holiday. I said, I need to understand your perception of money and men with money and just general how you see this. Because I said to her, do you see yourself being able to take yourself on holiday? She's like, oh, yeah. And that's when I was like, okay, that's where I'm starting this conversation. And it wasn't a one conversation thing. It was, I need you to understand the value of money to someone who's rich and how sometimes they treat people that don't have any money. You become a disposable element to them because they've got money. They can just say, hey, do what I want. And I said, that's not a position I ever want you to be in. Yeah. So if you think the only way for you to go on holiday is because he's going to take you, then we have a problem.
Yeah.
Over time, we now have to really understand. You understand?
But then it's mad. Hey, we need to go to Patreon because let's go over to the Patreon.
Yeah.
You lot, listen, stay in this conversation because
join us
we're
over
gonna
there.
have a real one still. It's interesting. We got some more foolishness because P Diddy trial, bro.
Oh my
the
gosh.
first names on that.
Michael B. Jordan
And
Mike Myers.
what is that?
I don't understand.
What in lineup is that, bro? Let's go over to Patreon. Listen,
do it, let's do
Patreon,
it.
real simple. The price of a coffee, that's how much coffees will be costing right now. So
word.
please sign up. Go and do that. If you're new, if you joined us because of Kev on Stage,
Shouts out to Kevin Steve,
big
by
up
the
to
way.
you. Shouts out to Kev on Stage because that was it was an amazing moment, amazing talk. But all the new people that pulled up, we truly appreciate you. Join us on the Patreon side. We do all of this, like we're all over the place, but expect foolishness in it.
But also, there's people that watch. We see you. Subscribe.
Yeah.
Like, comment.
Yeah.
Why not, man? Add something, you know.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Let's go back to reading comments. Let's go.
Yeah, word.